they're bad cops that lie, sure. But I mean, do I think that these police officers who showed up to a domestic dispute and she wanted them to breathalyze him, and they were like, sorry, we
Hmm.
can't do that because they were out of the vehicle at the time. Because he still, even after the police were called and everything, was lying about drinking and lying and lying. And they were like, sorry, that's not really how it works. But do I think that those Burbank police officers made up that he lifted her up over his head and threw her to the ground? No, I don't. Sorry. I think they were telling the
You and
truth.
I had a very lovely dinner recently in Burbank.
Go
It's a
to the
good.
smokehouse. It's such great people watching. The food was fun. It was great. The smokehouse was good, reasonably priced.
It's
Very
a
nice.
good place over there. So let's just wish them the best. Good for her though. Yeah, it's over. It's over
I,
between them.
look, and she said she's open to a reality show or going back. I think she is like you said. Do I think she's going to be like actually, I don't know. Sometimes you can't predict, right? So, I think she wants a future on television,
Hmm.
and I think the best way to do that, do what you're doing. If you want to play that game, right? You're of the people or of the industry. I think Allie right now wants to be of the industry. She wants to be, and you can always be of the people later on. You always can. So play
Hmm.
the game. Get in there, see if. I'm assuming, I think you've said it. You've always said you think she'll pop back up on another reality show. I think she probably will.
She's junior in her career. You know what I mean? She's not like Jax or something. Like she could mold into something, this alley cat, you know?
I think she wants that. So good for her. And I think, yeah, you know, yeah.
Good for her.
It's terrible, right? There is the double standard, but I think if you out somebody, whether it's a company, sexual harassment, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to work again, although
Right. Like it shouldn't be, but it's that old saying, you pick up shit and you throw it at someone, you hit them, you still got shit on your hands. I support everyone coming out and speaking out, but this is a crazy world we live in here. Guys, I swear to you, I don't make the rules. I wish I did. My life would be much easier. I just tell you how they work. What do you got? You're very interested in this. What do you? I was going to say the PK because I thought you want to talk about PK until
would you
that's
make it
something else.
PK going back and forth with first of all, anytime podcaster is trending. But PK and She Speaks, Bravo. No, She Speaks is the podcast.
What
And
happened with them?
Speaks posted some stuff about the old PK. Basically, that he okay, so podcaster leaks DMs from PK and accuses him of threatening her after RHOBH star lashes out over claims about his marriage. So the drama
Because
started.
what the podcaster saying things about PK, like
Yes, so
we all talk
PK
about everybody.
wrote DM to her and said, is there any chance at all that you could stop lying? I was married to my first wife for 20 years, not nine. I have never had a house foreclosed upon ever. And I remain super close with all my children, particularly my three older ones who are not on social media, PK wrote in his first message to She's Speaking with Emily Hanks. And I do not appreciate you grabbing an old photograph and posting their images on your disgusting blog. So please take the image down. PK went on to accuse the woman of lying for clicks and money as he encouraged her to post his message. Although I doubt you will, as it will show everyone just what total shit you talk and how you have no regard for kids that are not in your super sick world, he added. PK's message came in the response to a video Emily had shared in which she said PK is about two sets of ex-wives and children he barely sees, allegedly. In her clip, Emily mentioned Dorit's claim regarding PK being a bad father, noting that she had since said she's regretted making that statement. She then signaled Dorit's claim that PK would go away for weeks after their fights. Also mentioned in her video were PK's past bankruptcies, gambling debts, and house troubles, with Emily noting that the home he shares with Dorit is or was in pre-foreclosure. Following PK's DM, Emily shared his message and also offered a response. Quote, I think sharing this message will only demonstrate the way in which you communicate. And you sent it after 2 a.m. nonetheless, she wrote. While the years you were married to your ex-wife might be wrong, which I will correct because I do like to be accurate, I never said your home was foreclosed on, but they were pre-foreclosure, which I stated in my content. In regard to your relationships with your children, it's interesting you say you remain close to them, particularly your three older ones, being that the younger ones are here in LA and in the midst of your separation. I would think you would want to ensure that relationship is strong, but that's good to know. Do you send all content creators and podcasters messages like these, or am I the only lucky one?
Well, he did say, go ahead and post it on your disgusting blog or whatever he said. Um, Look, we all
What?
know that listen, once I hang out with someone and get to know them as a human in the
I
real
know you
world,
like him. We like TK. We've met him at Homeless Not
I
Toothless.
like them.
I mean, to me, this is like, I didn't see the video that Emily posted, so
I
I probably
didn't
need to
see the
go back.
video.
I always love to stand with podcasters, but I do have to say it seems like a slight reach because he does say that he's close to all his kids, but particularly his older ones. Well, I mean, the guy's going through a divorce. Like it's a little bit harder to be close. They're still figuring things out. I mean,
I always find it, and I
like a
find,
bit of a reach. I don't know. I mean, and I like her. I don't want to be like negative towards a fellow podcaster, and I like him, but I'm just saying, like, okay, she made the correction. She had that not accurate. I mean, and by the way, I'm inaccurate all the time. So I get that, but I don't
well, they
know.
say they say sometimes you mispronounce the names. Apparently, they slip into your DMs and tell you that I'm very harsh to the animal across the river in New Jersey. Hi, Teresa. So we
Oh,
both
read my
here.
rate reviews on Apple. People say I'm inaccurate with my information all the time, and
Oh,
they say that they can find podcasts that are far better, accurate and researched. They say that all the time about me.
you know, that's
That's fine.
probably true, but yet everyone is here listening to us. So I don't know what that says. Sometimes the world isn't created fair, guys. You know what? I'm not coming for either. I do also think there is the other side of it. Dorit and PK, what are you guys doing in the comments? Like, Dorit, listen, I've told you a story. I think I told the story on this podcast. A very well-known Bravo celebrity was confiding in me. I cannot reveal who, that this person spoke out in favor of Chris, the hairstylist, which we saw in Kathy's dressing room on the part two of the reunion. And she said, I've used Chris too. Pay him, Dorit. Dorit slipped into this Bravo celebrity's DMs. How dare you, you disgusting. See you next. You don't know me. You never met me. Do, 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 do. So apparently Dorit and PK are both in the comment section, which I don't know. I just don't worry about it, guys. Get out of the comments. I find that interesting.
Look, I'm of that, and then I'm not because I think if you don't set the record straight, like we're in the information age where people can say anything. So you got to come out and you got to put your story out there because the reason to put your story out there is then that casts doubt. Like people, you know what I'm saying? Like he now, I. I
Honey,
thought he was in foreclosure till the reunion when she was like pre-foreclosure. And then, wait, are you saying they're in foreclosure? What do you?
who, me?
Yeah, you're like those. You're like
No,
off.
no, no. So no, I was looking. I have a gorgeous picture in my home, and I was looking at it, but it looked like, I told you I'm not for the faint of heart. My homes are a no fun zone. I thought I saw like a crease in the picture, and I'm like, is there something wrong with that? You've been in my home. Remember, I chased you around when you spilled popcorn on
Christine.
the floor with a goddamn dustbuster.
And
So
you have the booties. You have the little like the cover, the little booty covers at the front.
everything,
I'm like,
everything.
are
Yeah.
you crazy? I mean,